CTV News, we capture the performances at the 3rd annual production of the Blank Monologues. Then we say farewell to Hughes Stadium once and for all.
Later on, we investigate the details of the latest Student Review Board meeting and highlights from the Engineering Day on the Plaza. All this and more on CTV News, starting now. Good evening, Colorado State University. I'm Sydney Paul, and we hope you're excited, Rams, because a day dedicated to celebrating CSU is right around the corner.
That's right, Sydney, but first we need to dive into the headlines for today. I'm Kara Coles, and here's what's happening in the news near you. After 48 years of serving as the turf for the CSU football team and seating thousands of screaming fans, Hughes Stadium is finally saying farewell. Demolition began to tear down the stadium after construction crews from Independence Excavating were contracted for $3.3 million. CSU project manager Tony Flores says tearing down the stadium is a project that could last well into the fall semester. Once demolition is complete, the contractor will be allowed to store potential recycling materials on the site through April. Although days of Rams football at the Hughes Stadium are over, the memory lives on and the football team is already gearing up for their second season at the new CSU Stadium. To see the 2018 conference schedule, you can visit collegian.com.
This past weekend, a Larimer County Sheriff's Office deputy was assaulted following a vehicle pursuit in Loveland. Around 9:30 on Saturday night, LCSO deputies received information regarding a blue 1997 Honda Accord who failed to stop following a traffic stop. Deputies were able to successfully deploy Star Chase, a global positioning system vehicle pursuit tracking device. Deputies were able to track the vehicle remotely to a residence in the 400 block of Crescent Drive in Loveland. The driver was identified as 28-year-old Eric C. Guerin. Guerin resisted arrest and attempted to take the deputy's firearm during the struggle, but was unsuccessful and was taken into custody. While Guerin was being arrested, his father, 55-year-old Eric M. Guerin, arrived at the residence and began to obstruct the investigation. He was taken into custody as well. Following the arrest, one deputy was transported to a local area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Both subjects are still in custody, and no further information has been released.
Last Sunday, the 3rd annual production of the Blank Monologues took place in the Laurie Student Center. The event features a collection of spoken pieces and performances enacted by CSU students and staff. Each piece focuses on social justice issues, including sexual assault, racism, and domestic violence. The event serves as an empowerment for those who have experienced similar struggles, as well as an educational experience to all.
Statistics aren't the end, they aren't the story. There are stories of hurt and pain and violation, and sometimes they don't lie. Instead, the statistics predict the danger, predict the pain, making you question your ability to want to live again. And I hate that rape is still able to govern my relationships and the way that I see the world.
Ticket proceeds from the Blank Monologues were donated to the Women and Gender Advocacy Center's Academic Retention Scholarship.
Young Democratic Socialists of America held an informational meeting last night. YDSA broke down the ins and outs of what democratic socialism actually is. The meeting, called Socialism 101, was open to the public and welcomed a variety of political beliefs, with students from the group Students Against White Supremacy, as well as Turning Point USA, in attendance. Discussion was regularly open to the crowd. Political science major and member of YDSA, Larson Ross, introduced the overarching goal of democratic socialism and how socialism functions as the opposite to capitalism. He says, "Democracy is an ends as well as a means. Real democratic socialism has at its heart not only democracy, but also an attempt to restrict and destroy hierarchy. Your ability to create value should not determine whether or not you can live comfortably." The meeting also included discussions over universal health care, economics, and environmental issues, as well as problems with racism and capitalism. For more information on Young Democratic Socialists of America, you can visit ydsusa.org.
The Student Fee Review Board held its final meeting this past Monday to discuss final proposals and go over the student fee package for the fiscal year of 2019. ASCSU's new elects Tristan Cyron and Kevin Sullivan attended the meeting to propose a $1 increase in student fees. They budgeted the increase to provide funds for international affairs and to help orchestrate events like International Day and guest speakers. The proposal for providing funding for international affairs was inspired by the recent string of bias-motivated incidents on campus in hopes to provide more resources and representation for international and minority students. After reviewing the proposal, the board voted against the $1 increase and kept the ASCSU budget the same.
Do you absolutely love CSU? If so, the CSU Alumni Association will be holding I Love CSU Day this Wednesday. This is a day for students to show their Ram pride and celebrate Colorado State. There will be green hearts planted across campus, mainly outdoors near the academic areas of campus, where students will be walking to and from classes. Students can pick up hearts when they discover them and bring one over to the Smith Alumni Center in exchange for free coffee and donuts. There will also be some activities taking place at the Student Recreation Center and the Morgan Library. The CSU Police Department, as well as the Health Center, will also be involved in celebrating this day.
All right, so not only does that sound like a great event for the CSU community, but you're telling me that I can get a free heart to exchange for some free coffee and donuts?
Exactly. Free food and a chance to celebrate CSU? I'll be there.
I will be there as well. Count me in. Thank you for joining us, CSU. Have a wonderful night, but don't go anywhere because Edgar Cedillo has your weather forecast, and later Tara Barrio breaks down Ram sports.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back from break rooms. Hope y'all had a good start to your week and hope y'all had a good hair day today, as it was pretty windy out there. Looking at your current temperatures, we have 48 degrees. Winds are still out at 25 miles an hour to the northwest. They are gusting at 40 to 50 miles per hour. The National Weather Service did issue a high wind warning that does go in, stays in effect until about 9 p.m. So we still do have a couple more hours of this strong wind to deal with. Your sunset will be at 7:41 p.m. so coming up here shortly. Looking at your wind today, here's some crazy footage that we have of the tree that fell near the library today. CSU PD did confirm that a student was injured by the tree, but we do know that she is okay. The wind was also affecting across the state, not just here in Fort Collins and on campus. We did notice that there were some dust storms coming up around Denver in the I-25 corridor, so driving was pretty bad out there today. Facilities management did end up getting that tree cleaned up, so that sidewalk near the library and Eddy is definitely better to walk on today. Looking at your almanac for today, we did hit a high of 67 degrees. The low was 30 today. Not quite above the average of 62 and 34. Not as cold, not as warm as we were last year at 77, 42, but definitely was still pretty nice day while it lasted before that wind kicked in this afternoon. Looking at your overnight lows across the state, 33 in Fort Collins, 30 in Denver, matching that in Colorado Springs at tonight. Pueblo looks to be at 29, Lamar at 33, matching that in Burlington as well. Looking out west, we have 17 out in Alamosa, 18 in Gunnison, and Telluride at 16. Warm spot for the mountains looks to be at Grand Junction at 28 degrees. Looking at your forecast for tomorrow, 60 degrees for your afternoon high. Morning low looks to be at 29. Winds won't be as strong tomorrow, 5 to 7 out of the east with gusts around 10 miles an hour. Sunset's at 6:17 and your sunset is at 7:43 tomorrow. So it's definitely getting later and later, so we definitely get to enjoy more sun tomorrow. Looking at your hourly planner, starting off sunny and chilly, 26 degrees at 8 a.m. It does warm up to 50 degrees at 11, 57 at 2 o'clock, and then clouds start to build around the 5 o'clock hour with temperatures at 59. Stays cloudy around 9 p.m. with temperatures at 49 degrees. Looking at your highs for tomorrow, 62 in Grand Junction, 55 out in Telluride, 61 in Alamosa. Warm spot looks to be Pueblo and Lamar at 64 and 66. Colorado Springs with temperature 58. As you go up along the I-25 corridor, Denver hits 59, 60 as I said in Fort Collins, and then 66 out east in Sterling. Looking at your Saturday planner, the spring football game for the Rams is at 12 p.m. Watch out for rain, snow mix, so it will be pretty cold out there. Definitely bring that umbrella and a jacket so you can enjoy the game as well. Will be pretty windy out, not as windy as today, but definitely will feel pretty chilly out there, so watch out for that if you head out on Saturday. Looking at your 5-day forecast, 65 degrees on Thursday with the low of 41, partly cloudy on Thursday. Clouds build. We will see rain pretty much all of Friday morning and into the afternoon. Does change over to snow Friday night, so watch out for that if you are heading out. If you're heading out, like I said, to the game or CS Unity on Saturday, watch out for rain and snow showers Saturday morning. It still stays pretty wet, so definitely prepare for that. We will clear up on Sunday with the temperature 62 and 37, partly cloudy then, so we'll start to end nicely on your weekend. That's all I have for weather today. Stay tuned with weather with sports with Tara as she looks at golf updates.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Good evening and welcome back from the break, Rams. I'm Tara Barr with your latest updates on CSU Sports. As of yesterday, the women's golf team completed the first round of the Mountain West Championship with an 18 over par, putting them in 8th place. Ellen Sikora led the Rams after the first 18 holes with a 2 over par. Haley Grubb follows karting and 3 over par and is now tied for 17th, while Katrina Perngas shot a 5 over and is tied for 29th. Grubb started off slow but found her stroke on the back with 3 birdies and a 1 over par to finish. You can tune in Thursday to get more updates on how the women's golf team did in the rest of the tournament. The Colorado State women's basketball team just added another member to their roster. Jamie Benarns will be joining the team this fall for their 2018-2019 basketball season. Benarns is a 6-foot guard forward and will have 2 seasons of eligibility remaining here at CSU. Benarns is a transfer from Cameron University in Lawton, Oklahoma. Coach Ryan Williams mentioned Jamie is just a very good basketball player with a strong skill set. I love the fact that she can shoot and she can score it. All that combined with being a very good student and a young lady of high character, and you can see why she will be a great addition to our roster. Benarns earned all conference accolades in each of her seasons at Cameron, earning first-team All-LSC honors the past season and honorable mention All-Academic for her athletic performance as well as her academic accomplishments as a chemistry major. Jamie is a career .406 shooter and averages about 16 points per game. Benarns will likely be a great addition for the 2018-2019 season. Over the weekend, the men's lacrosse team took on both University of Utah and BYU. In Game 1 against the Utes, the Rams played a thrilling game that ended up going into overtime. Freshman Josh Kelly scored within first minute of the first quarter, giving the Rams their first goal. Shortly after Kelly's goal, Derek DeLalante was right behind him, scoring the second goal of the game for the Rams. The Utes came back scoring 2 goals going into the second quarter. It was a back-and-forth scoring match until the fourth quarter. The Rams kept the lead until the last few seconds of the game when Utah scored a goal, forcing the game into overtime. Unfortunately for the Rams, the Utes stayed hot, scoring their first goal in the first couple of minutes, winning the game 12-11. In Game 2 against BYU, the Rams fought hard but weren't able to keep up with BYU, losing 15-6. The CSU men's lacrosse team will travel down to Boulder this weekend starting at 1 in the afternoon. This Saturday will be an eventful day for the Colorado State Athletics Department, with softball hosting defending Mountain West champs San Jose State at 11 in the morning and football's Green and Gold spring game all taking place here at CSU. The Green and Gold game will be broadcasted on the CSU Radio Network's flagship station, Rock 102.9 FM in Northern Colorado, and on Mile High Sports Radio 1340 AM or 104.7 FM in the Denver metro area. The broadcast will begin at 11:45 in the morning. The Colorado State Track and Field's Autumn Gardner produced a record-breaking performance to highlight a personal best at the No-Co Challenge at Nettingham Field last Saturday. Gardner went into the meet as a Colorado State's #2 high jumper, all-time indoor and outdoor high jumper, and jumped to the Rams' #1 outdoor spot with a jump of 6.5 feet this Saturday. With that jump, senior ranks 3rd in the NCAA in the women's high jump and tops the Mountain West. This jump also puts Gardner 21st in the world and 6th in the Mountain West history. The Colorado State's track and field team will travel to California next week for one of the most important stretches of the outdoor season. Well, that's all I have for you tonight. Make sure to tune in next week for more updates on Ram Sports. And make sure to follow our YouTube channel, CTV 11. But don't go just yet. Up next, we have Litos Castro with entertainment.
You are listening to 90.5 KCSU Fort Collins with DJ Meanbeat,
DJ Nightshade,
DJ Wildcard. Music to me is
one of the best creative outlets that I can think of.
An escape from the real world.
Music to me is an expression of love.
To go from like folk to hip hop to like classic rock, 1960s bossa nova. With music, there's like no boundaries.
I work here because I love music, and you do too.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back, Rams. I'm Litos Castro, here to fill you in on all the latest and greatest entertainment news. So without further ado, let's get started. If you're like me and don't have any friends, or your current friends just aren't cutting it, Hive Theory and Blue Harvest Apparel might be able to help out. They are organizing a social roulette at Ace Gilbert's. This event will guarantee that you actually meet and connect with at least 18 people. The social roulette will offer a playful, structured approach to interacting with new people. Participants will rotate in between assigned tables and be guided through an experience of cocktails, appetizers, and quality conversation. The roulette will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. If you thought April Fools only applied on the 1st of April, then I must say you may have been fooled. The UCA building will be presenting April Fools songs this week, and the songs will be performed by the Denver Art Song Project. The April Fools songs will be classical music with projected supertitle translations, curated visual art, and comedic narration. The performances will be on Friday at 3 p.m. and Saturday at 4 p.m. This event is free for the public, so it's a great opportunity for those who want a good laugh. And if you don't want a good laugh, then what are you doing watching me? I'm hilarious. At least, that's what my mom tells me. This weekend, Fort Collins gets ready to celebrate Earth Day. There will be multiple activities for the whole family, including live music, arts and crafts, and even the opportunity to test drive up to 6 different alternative fuel vehicles, including plug-in electric vehicles. This is a free of charge event, so anybody who would like to participate may go. This event will be this Saturday between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. in Old Town. The event is intended to give the public a chance to learn about a cleaner and safer transportation technology. Something tells me the environment there will be electric. If you were on the plaza last Thursday, you may have noticed some interesting projects from your fellow engineering students.
CSU engineering students have been working hard all year long, and on Thursday, they got to showcase their senior design projects. There was a wide variety of projects like a smart cart for radio frequency generators, a solar-powered refrigerator, an eco-friendly Camaro, and more.
I think it's something to take pride in, to know what's going on at your university and what other students are capable of.
Even if you're like me and may not fully understand the ins and outs of the projects, the engineers have you covered.
So even if you're business or you're an art major, you can come out and say, okay, I have no idea what you're doing, but that's really cool that you guys are showing off what you can do, and it gives everyone kind of an eye-opener of what different departments do.
And while you're having fun learning, the engineers clearly had fun working.
We actually get to build things. I mean, we took a 2016 Camaro and converted it into a hybrid vehicle that gets 32 miles per gallon. I mean, how fun is that?
In the end, there seems to be a message that everyone can take from these projects.
You know, if you see something that's interesting, like, go after it. Don't let basically don't let things or yourself hold you back from going out and doing what you want to do.
If you weren't able to check out the projects this year, you can expect to see this day again next year. Well, Rams, that's all I have for you tonight. Unfortunately, this is my last entertainment segment with you. But don't worry, Lauren Wilson and Ryan Chris will continue to keep you covered in entertainment. Don't miss me too much, Rams. Have a great night.